this. This is my full pack camera backpack with all the gear inside. I'm going to give it away to one of you. Just joking. Anyway, I've made a video like this before in the past, last year I think, where I talked about my camera backpack and what I carry with me when I go outside to shoot something. But since so many things have changed in my backpack and I use new gear now, I figured let's make an updated version in 2020, what's in my camera backpack, and show you all the gear that I use when I create my stuff. I feel like these videos are pretty interesting. I hope you will find this interesting too. Probably did because you clicked on it. Anyway, I packed this up now as if I would go outside now to shoot, for example, the summit, which is one of my favorite videos that I've ever created. I've shot this video a few weeks ago where I went onto an epic adventure with my friend. Here's what I bring when I shoot a video like that and take photos for Instagram and do all sorts of stuff. So let's start with the first thing. Let's start from the outside, which is obviously the camera backpack itself. I've used a lot of camera backpacks in the past. The reason for that is there is this company that hooks me up with camera backpacks since a little while, and every now and then they send me their new backpack to try out. This is the current backpack that I'm using from Endurax, which is the company name, but I've used a lot of other backpacks in the past and it's just very hard to find a camera backpack that does everything well. But this one is okay for me currently and I like it. It's always a weird thing with backpacks, I don't know, there is not one bag that is perfect for everything. Here you have this Endurax camera backpack. This is like a vintage version. You see the little leather here, it's kind of like hipster style, I don't know. But I like it, it fits my style, my photo style also somehow brownish tones, I don't know, it just fits my style. The build quality is fine, I like how this is built. And there's not much to say about it. It fits all of my gear. It is not the biggest camera backpack, but it fits one camera, two lenses maybe, or one lens, microphone and all sorts of stuff. And let's now check out what I have in there. Before we start, I would like to mention that all the links to these products that I talk about today are linked below actually, so you can check out the things. So, that being said, this video is called the Minimalist Edition because I believe in this thought that bringing less and only bringing the gear that you really need is efficient. I've made a whole YouTube video in the past, it's here, where I talk about this concept, but basically I don't like to bring a lot of stuff. I only bring the stuff that I really need, otherwise I get stressed. And the lighter the better if you hike on mountains or do stuff like me. And yeah, let's check it out now before you fall asleep. With this camera backpack, I hope you can see it now, you access your gear here. Here is the gear and then this zips up and you have all your gear displayed in there, and that makes it easy to just grab the camera and shoot whatever I want to shoot, then put it in there again, close it down. So the first thing that you see here on, I hope you can see it, the first thing that you see here is this compartment where I store my batteries. I always bring 2 extra batteries because that's just necessary if you film for a little while, especially with my new Sony camera. The battery doesn't last that well. So I have one and another one, 2 extra batteries for my Sony camera. Then also in this compartment here I have this. This is a DJI case that I got with the Osmo Action and it's perfect to store SD cards. I have 3 SD cards in there, backup cards and adapters, and a mini or micro SD, whatever this is called, which you put into your DJI drones or Osmo Actions. That is very important. Let's come to the main part of all of this, which is obviously the camera. Here is my setup that I'm currently rocking to make all my videos. This is the Sony a6500. I've made a video where I talk about why I switched to it and I really like it till now. The only thing that I'm still struggling with is the colors. I don't know, the Nikon colors were easier to color grade, but other than that it really is a powerful camera and it does everything what I need. Then here is my biggest struggle with my current setup, which I might change, we will see. With lenses I almost only shoot with one lens, which is the Sigma 18-35 f1.8, my favorite lens of all time. I just love this lens. This is the Nikon version. I got it last year when I was still shooting on Nikon, and ever since then I really liked it. I just think this is the best lens ever. It opens up all the way to f1.8, that gives you a nice blurry background, and it's a very sharp lens too. So here's the big problem that I currently have. This is a Nikon mount lens because I bought it for my Nikon back then. And this is a Sony camera, a Sony E-mount. And I had to get this adapter so that I can still use my favorite lens on this camera. This is a Comlight mount adapter which allows you to put your Nikon lenses onto a Sony. When I got it I had to realize that this does not support autofocus in video mode, and it is very weak in photo mode too, but it works. And that sucks. I mean, you have such a powerful focus. The Sony a6500 has one of the best autofocus systems there is right now. Then you need to put on this adapter and nothing works anymore. And that just really sucks, and that is not really a solution, because the thing is, I always thought that there's a Sony version of the Sigma, but there isn't. I found out that there's no Sony version. So I will never be able to use a Sigma 18-35 probably on a Sony a6500. Anyway, let's put that on the side, that will be a whole nother video. Currently, as strange as it sounds, I use this Sony a6500 with the Sigma lens with manual focus. So this is my current setup for vlogging, for films, for photos, for everything. Let's move on here with some smaller things. I have this Manfrotto Pixie, I guess it's called, this little mini tripod that I use for vlogging. I can show this, and I just screw it in there, and I really like this mini tripod. You can adjust the angle here and then lock it, and I use this for vlogging and to set up my camera so that I can film myself and then shoot time-lapse videos. And I really like this product because I've used the Gorilla Pot in the past, but I did not really like that. It was not very convenient, I don't know, just would fall and fall over again. Then the next thing that I have in there, I don't always bring this, but I bring it pretty often. This is the Sony kit lens for the a6500. This is a 16-50, I guess. 16-50 kit lens. I mean, it's not the best lens. The only reason why I bring it is because it's so small, and sometimes I like to use it when I don't want to carry the heavy lens with the heavy mount. You see, this is a pretty heavy setup, a pretty long thing here, and sometimes I just put this lens on there, and for vlogging or for quick shots it also is great. I used it, for example, when I filmed the summit and we rode down the mountain in the sunset. And if you are skiing and trying to film your friends, it is not very nice to have a setup like this. So I had this and I just throw it in my pocket, and that is the only reason why I use this. Then I have this camera strap here, which I can put on my camera, and then I can easily, with these hooks here, I can easily then put it away again. Then when it comes to microphone, since a year or two I'm using this Rode Video Micro. It's one of the smallest microphones that they have, but I don't know, I really like it. I don't see any reason in buying a bigger microphone. I like that it's not very big. It has this fluffy thing on it. You can also remove this, then it's only this. And it has great audio quality. I record all my tutorials, vlogs and everything with it, and yes, I like it. That's already most of it. That is almost everything that I bring when I go shooting. And that's what I bring in the bottom part here. Then on the side here you have a few little extra pockets. In here I have headphones sometimes, and my phone or my wallet. And on the other side, let's see what we currently have in there. We have this little notebook. Sometimes I like to bring a notebook just because sometimes I have a great idea when I'm outside and then I need to write it down, otherwise I forget it. I know there is an app on your phone called Notes, but I like to keep it old school. Then on the top here you have this compartment where you could basically throw everything in there. Usually when I'm out there shooting, I bring something to eat, or I bring something to drink, or extra t-shirt or something like that. What I have in there right now is my Osmo Action. It says it on here. I bring this wherever I go because you should know by now I've made enough videos about it. I have this little case here that I once got with a flashlight. I have my Osmo Action in there with this cage, and then I have some accessories. This stick here, selfie stick, and this also swims, so it works for swimming. I have this mount to put the Osmo Action on my ski helmet so that I can film myself skiing. Then I have some more extra SD cards for this camera in here. And then I have this customized screw that I use when I go skiing or swimming. I put my hand in there for skiing and I don't have to worry about losing my camera. Then lastly I have this mount that I can screw on top of a usual camera tripod, and I can record time-lapse with this other little Pixie tripod and stuff like that. That was pretty much it. There's one more thing that I usually bring, which is this pouch here with all sorts of different gear that I need sometimes, or that comes in handy when you're outside shooting. I will quickly show you what I have in there. So flashlight, I mean sometimes it is very handy to have a flashlight if it gets dark or something. Then I have this little lens cleaner. Hello there. This is a little dirty. This little microphone from DJI, I don't think that I ever used it. And then I have this, which came with the Pixie tripod. It allows me to put my smartphone onto the little Pixie tripod and to record a time-lapse with the smartphone or film myself. So that's also pretty handy. And other than that, let's see. I think that was it. Nope, there's one last thing that I forgot about. This is my dad's drone. He owns the DJI Mavic Air, and sometimes if I go into the mountains and something epic is gonna happen, I bring it, but not very often because it's not mine and I don't want to destroy it. This is the DJI Mavic Air. I guess one of the best drones. I'm not that much of a drone fanatic, and yeah, sometimes it's nice to have a drone. You get epic results, but in the end, I don't know. This whole pack with a few batteries is more on the heavy side, and I'm not a big fan of being out there and then hearing this stupid noise. I don't like that at all, and I should maybe bring it more often, I know, but till now there was not often a moment where I really missed the drone. That's the reason. That was all the camera gear that I currently use to create all the things that I create with it. Let's come back to the point of minimalist camera gear just for a second. Ever since I started, I believed in this idea. I never liked having a lot of gear to set up and making it more complicated, you get it. I will probably never use a gimbal. I just can't deal with bringing an extra case for a gimbal and then maybe bringing a monitor or something like that. It's just not my kind of filmmaking. And this one setup that I'm currently using is almost perfect, besides the fact of the auto and manual focus. I hope you enjoyed this gear talk. I know it's a topic that a lot of people are interested in. If you have any further questions about my gear or you want to know some specifics, just leave a comment below or DM me on Instagram. It's still at hons.engl, and yeah, I say thanks for watching my video, thanks for spending the last 10 minutes with me, and I hopefully see you then in my next video. Peace out, have a great day or night or morning. Tschüss.